Word on the street is that Blake Shelton takes the mentoring seriously. You know, if you're on his team and he's coaching you, he'll give you like really good advice.
Yeah.
What's a piece of advice that he gave you when you were on the show that you still apply today? And I have one in my mind specifically about Derek.
That's what I was about to say.
Maybe he's going to say it.
Yeah, I think that was the main.
Another, I think, big unlock in your career was going on NBC's The Voice. You were on Team Blake.
Yeah.
And if I remember, I could be wrong, I could be delirious, but I think you were approached maybe 1 or 2 times prior to saying yes to the show.
Yeah.
And then so you finally said, okay, we'll do it. So what did that do for you for the career?
Wasn't that through email a couple times?
Well, so it was through Instagram. They have scouts that, like, I guess, I don't know how they find certain people other than hashtags. I really don't know. But we had gotten 2 messages before the time we said yes from someone who was scouting for The Voice and asked us if, they thought we would be a good fit for the show and if we would want to do a private audition, which means you basically skip all the cattle call part. Like, you're going straight to the producers, rather than waiting in line and doing all the preliminary stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and they do this with a lot of people who are in other different states or never, played out before or whatever. They just look at your socials and kind of scout that way.
Like, how they do that too, because you don't. That's one good thing about The Voice, is you can. I mean, really any show, you can already be an artist. Like, they're not looking for someone who's never done anything, or. And I think even with The Voice, you can even have a publisher going into it. But yeah, they had reached out 2 different times. And what was so weird is I had always in the back of my mind thought, I wonder what it would have been like if we would have done that. And I don't know, both times before that, we just didn't have peace about it. But then what was so weird about the time we said yes was the week before, we were in the bathroom, and I remember this so vividly. And we were just getting ready for the day, and I said, I just wonder what it had been like if we would have done The Voice. Like, we would have said yes. And then the next week, Michael, who was the scout, reached out to us and said, hey, I saw some of your videos. I don't know if you'd be interested, but we think you'd be a great fit. Like, what do you think? And I told Derek, I was like, this is more than a coincidence. Like, we have to say yeah. Like, I just think we should try it and see what happens. And so we did. And the day we said yes, I told Derek, I said, I think we're going to make it far. And I just had this feeling in my spirit about it.
Yeah. And word on the street is that Blake Shelton takes the mentoring seriously. If you're on his team and he's coaching you, he'll give you like really good advice. Yeah. What's a piece of advice that he gave you when you were on the show that you still apply today? And I have one in my mind specifically about Derek.
That's
Maybe he's going to say it.
Yeah, I think that was the main scene where he stopped and we did a duet where we were singing both equally, back and forth and all that. It was a pretty sexy song.
Well, and you put down the guitar.
That's what it was. Okay.
Because
that's what I was going to say.
The musical director who has played for he's huge. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to blank on his name right now, but he has played for some of the biggest stars.
Yeah, he was like, he really dialed it in without the guitar.
He literally said to us after our rehearsal, he goes, well, to put down the guitar for the first time in front of millions of people is pretty bold, badass way to do it. And it was the first time he's ever really done that. And to do it on national television was really cool, but the way Blake reacted was super special. And
I would say I'm confident in my voice, but I feel like guitar has always been my first voice.
It could be a security blanket too.
Yeah, for a little bit.
I would go there.
What'd you say?
I would go there with the realness behind what he said, and maybe not to the T.
I'm not holding anything back. I think he said something to the likes of, she's a powerhouse vocal. We all know that.
Well, not that. That's not what I wanted to share.
But Derek, you can bring the house down as well, and you have the pipes, and I just wanted to tell you that, and that really meant a lot to me to be built up in that way, because
Well, I was gonna say, I think a lot of times.
I don't know where she's going with this.
Yeah, you do. You will once I start saying it. But I think being in a duo, people always, it's just human nature for people to say one's the lead, or which one, And I think for us, we both always tried to be open with what we're writing and who does the song fit to lead. And I think, you know, for us, it was super amazing for like someone like Blake, who is an amazing singer, to really like say, not only do you have a great like singing voice, Caitlin, but like Derek, you blow the roof off. And because I think a lot of times, you know, people can pick like, oh, Caitlin leads the most, or like, you know, and I think that is just something so cool that he like brought that up. And I don't know, I just thought that was one of a big milestone for us.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah, noticing, like looking at your song selection post The Voice, I think Derek's stepping up a little bit more.
Yeah,
maybe.
I
Day
would say,
drinking, right? You're taking lead.
Yeah, I would say I
drinking.
love giving something people to talk about in that way. You know, I want to surprise people with not just, okay, here's a duet, here's a Caitlin song, here's a Derek song, but even past that, like, you know, on this next song, we'll do, you know, vocal stabs on the chorus, and then I'll be out for the rest, or, you know what I mean? Like, I just love that creative freedom and giving people something to talk about, you know?
Yeah,
like
Bonnie
we're never
Raitt
gonna
said.
be that duo.
And we have that freedom.
Sings every single song together, or like we want it to be different. Like he leads some, I lead some. We sing some songs together. Like, you know.
It's not even like brand confusion. It's just the flexibility with being in a duo. You get to try out things and see what works for each other, and like, you know, not just sing the same harmonies going up right into the chorus. You know, things that happen all the time. I just like redefining that.